What's up, everybody? It's your boy J-Rock from JRJPerformance, back with another video. And as some of you may have realized, I've been getting a lot more into the game streaming and live streaming, the race car simulator stuff, etc. So I have been getting a lot of questions on what my setup is, what the PC specs are, how I'm running all this, and what all I got in here. So I was just going to give everybody a techie type tour. We got Gizmo the cat in here ready to show everybody how all this stuff is hooked up and what we're running and how we did it, basically. So this is the office / game room. I do all the website stuff over here on this side at the office desk, I guess you could say. The tune files, website, content creation, video editing, whatever it might be. Me and my daughter like to throw darts, so we got a dartboard in here, and then just some gaming stuff on this shelf, some computer parts, etc. So I guess we will start at the PC setup. So my main PC I'm running is just a pre-built Alienware. I was able to get it on Marketplace for a hell of a deal when prices got outrageous on this stuff. So this is a i7 14th gen with a 4070 Ti Super, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. I have a 4 terabyte SN850X NVMe drive as my main drive. Then I have a secondary M.2 drive that is just a SN850P. It's a 2 terabyte drive. And then I also picked up this cool little NVMe M.2 dock here onto USB-C. I know you're not running at full speed like this, but it is nice to be able to run other drives because most computers only have a slot for 2. Some of the higher end boards have 4, 3, whatever it might be. Mine only has 2. So I picked that little dock up at one of the local Amazon return stores there. I think I paid $10 for it. Pretty good deal. So then the pre-built Alienware PC is running the race car simulator, the 4K TV. Now this is also a 180 hertz TV. Didn't even know they made them that high. They had it on sale at Walmart. I picked it up. That's what I've been using for the racing sim. I believe it's a 55 or a 50. I'd have to double check. So I got that running off the main Alienware PC, and then a fiber optic HDMI cable running over here to this AORUS 4K 43-inch gaming monitor. I still like to play sit-down games like Arma and some other stuff like that, so it is nice to be able to sit and chill in a normal chair versus over there. This one I got on a full motion wall mount, so you can pull it out, move it around, whatever. That one is also mounted to the wall with just a standard flat mount. And then it is also running the racing sim. This is just a cheap play seat I picked up on Marketplace. Not the best thing in the world for this wheel. Originally, I was rocking this Logitech setup over here, and this thing was fine. But since then, I have upgraded to the Moza R5 bundle. Got the clutch pedal and the performance spring down there. So now that this wheel's got a good bit more power, and definitely need to upgrade the cockpit. And then I am running a cheapy Amazon handbrake. I actually picked this up at a thrift store. It was brand new in the package, and they sold it for $20. So I grabbed it and been using it since. Then I have the Thrustmaster TH8A shifter, gated shifter. And I really want to get the Moza one, not because this is junk or anything. This is a great shifter. I love it, but it's just nice to have everything running on the same driver software and, you know, the same software for all the settings for it. It just makes life easier, and that Moza shifter does look very nice. So, again, this PC is running the games and the simulator and then the editing software, HTML editing, website stuff, and so on. Then I have a secondary PC in here that is running the stream and all the cameras. So when I'm streaming, I got 2 phones hooked up a webcam hooked up. And then I'm also screen recording, so I'm using a 4Ks capture card to screen record. So HDMI is going out of here into the capture card and then into the TV. Then the capture card is USB to this computer running on OBS Stream. Now this PC, I put Pop OS, which is a Linux distro on here, and I just did some mild research on it. People said it was great for streaming and it would run OBS fine, and it does. And I just wanted something lightweight and easy. And I'm also a huge nerd, so I love having Linux and being able to do stuff on Linux as well. Having two different setups here that function in the same common goal is great. Now, it was very important to me to be able to use the same mouse and keyboard on both of these computers. So I also have a KVM switch hooked up with just the USB to both machines, and then the mouse and keyboard and whatever, and then this Logitech G915 over here is also on that same KVM switch. So it just lets me use these same devices on both computers and makes life easy. Now, I could have run HDMI to the KVM switch and, used the same monitor, but I wanted a secondary screen, nothing too big, something nice and small. This is just a portable monitor I got here on this mount. So I can interact on the stream. I can chat with you guys and do whatever while the stream's active. I can view everything from right here on the racing sim and know what's going on in the stream. Other than that, we have a home VPN Wi-Fi network that I built out of that old mini PC on the wall there, and that is running OpenWRT Linux. It's not hooked up right this second. I stole some stuff off of it for another project, but essentially, I have Ethernet in to here, and then a USB to Ethernet adapter. So this is going to be my Ethernet out. So internet comes in, VPN takes over, comes out protected, comes up into this Wi-Fi router. Wi-Fi router projects a completely secured VPN wireless network. I'm also running, this goes hand in hand. I'm also running a 12 terabyte hard drive, a Barracuda drive in here for storage, and running a Plex server. So I love having my movies and just being able to download anything that I want. So I'll hop on this network if I need to download anything, etc. And then my main Wi-Fi network for everything else, because the VPN network is a little bit slower than a non-VPN network, obviously. So on this side, we have a dual monitor setup. This is I think this is a IBM, a Lenovo maybe, 24-inch monitor. And then the 43, which is what I use majority of the time. Then we got a gaming area over here, and I like to collect things, so this is where most of my collection ends up. So just got some stuff that I like and have picked up over the ages. This is a ATM piggy bank. It actually works. You have to put in a PIN number to open it. Have to have the debit card. Pretty cool. On this side, we got some paintings. This is a painting my daughter did for me a couple years ago. Some stuff, memorabilia from when we went to medieval times. My Hot Wheels collection, and just some other little guff. And over here I got my Hot Wheels in Shadow Box collection. A couple little trinkets and just small things that we've collected over the ages. The Hot Wheels sign. Got some Funkos over here. Then me and my youngin got into clay for a little while, and we're just making all types of weird clay sculptures. My cousin started collecting these crystal skulls, and you can get them in all different types of stones, and I just think they're kind of cool. So I've been picking some of those up here and there at the local shops. Got some cars, some pictures, some of my networking books, some bits for the bit driver. Picked up this little Texas box because we use Texas Speed products, so I just thought it went hand in hand and would look cool in here. Got the little drive, my shopping cart, just holds remotes and stuff. My not so rubber ducky. Little garbage can back there, another little clay sculpture. I'm also running a On 5.2 surround sound soundbar that has the 2 satellite speakers behind you, the soundbar, and the woofer's not plugged in right this second. I gotta figure out where I want to put it, but the woofer's also wireless. And for the money that this thing costs, it's a Dolby Atmos, I think that's what it is. From Walmart, it's exceptional. I have had 0 complaints with this On soundbar. Highly recommend it to anybody that wants a soundbar. So then over here we got our microphone, a little toolbox. My Hot Wheels garage. I'm missing a car, not sure where it went. Some more little trinkets and collectibles. I picked this up from a customer of mine named Bill Honey. He was an older man, had a huge car collection, a massive warehouse built behind his house, and collected car memorabilia. This is an original, I believe, I want to say it's 1947-ish for the Chrysler Airflow. And this is an original brochure that they would give people that were interested in purchasing the vehicle. I thought this thing was super cool. The other side's got stuff on it too, but this is definitely the more aesthetically pleasing side of it. Got that in here. Picked up this little Shelby Mustang thing from our local Ollie's. Got a couple masks up here, anonymous and such, from Halloween. And, you know, just some more guff, I guess you could say. A little storage box I got. Looks like a radio. Thought it was cool. The Cape Fear. This is where I live. Just a cool looking little map somebody designed. Some Marvel comic posters up here. Satanic painting I did, I don't know why, some years ago. My HKS flag, the dartboard. This is a pretty interesting piece of history here. This is a contract from 1903. It is 123 years old, from Charles Frohman to Lyda Hall, who I believe is his sister. This is a contract to be in one of his plays. He pioneered the Empire Theater in New York. He was the first person to do a Peter Pan play, Charlie Chaplin, Sherlock Holmes, and I'm sure the list goes on and on. And this contract is just talking about her being responsible for her wardrobe and the place she's going to be in and her makeup and all that stuff, and that he's going to pay her $30 a week to do it. They both signed it, and pretty cool piece of history, because Frohman, if you Google him and his death place, you will find that it is the Atlantic Ocean. Charles Frohman was killed when the RMS Lusitania was struck by a submarine, or a torpedo, from a German U-boat. And I believe Frohman had an injury at the time and prevented him from safely getting off the ship, and went down with the Lusitania. We've taken this thing out and had it looked at, and it is time period correct. For what anybody can tell, it is an authentic document. It was done on what I believe is a print press, and the paper that is covered has obviously changed colors a lot. The date stamp is very hard to make out, but it says it right here that it is 1903. Obviously, the ink held up better from the pens, but just a very cool piece of history. I like collecting stuff like this. Now, on the back of this, there is a handwritten note in lead, it looks like, about a processing fee or a service fee of $4. And we're assuming it could be what it cost to have this document drafted, created, printed, whatever you might want to call it, and or the legal filing fees that came with stuff like that back then. So just a very, very, very cool piece of history. And I picked it up at a Goodwill, believe it or not. Just thought it looked cool, so I grabbed it. Down here, I got a couple of these old MacBook Pros. I just thought they looked super cool, and thought about turning something into a server for the house or whatever. And right now my printer is just living on top of that thing, along with a random bottle of Windex. Now, I know you guys might not know a whole lot about me, whether you consume my content or not, but I did study cybersecurity, and for a very short amount of time, I studied mechanical engineering. So I've just always been somebody that likes to create things, get things to work together, just have a vision of what I want and try to make it come to life. And that is how this whole room ended up being the way that it is. And again, it has just been a journey over time and kind of what it ended up looking like in the end. So, and that is it, guys. As always, appreciate everybody watching, and hopefully y'all have a great day. Peace.